At least once per week, I meet a Skool creator who's exporting his new members as a CSV file and then pasting them into his CRM or email system manually. And the worst part is not that they're just wasting lots of time doing that, is by the time their members are getting the welcome email that you intend to send, they're probably already went cold and it's just getting way too late. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how you can integrate your Skool community with Zapier to your specific platform. So when a new member joins in, they're automatically sent there and they're getting the email in time. And also I'll show you how you can move the answers that they gave you on the membership questions so you actually collect all of them in one place. And I'm going to cover the 4 most popular platforms, them being GoHighLevel, MailerLite, Kit, and ActiveCampaign. And if your platform is not one of those and you're struggling of connecting basically your Zapier to your Skool, drop a comment below and I will personally record you a setup and a walkthrough video. So without any further ado, go down, find the time code for your specific platform or comment it below and we'll speak there. See ya. Okay, so to integrate your HighLevel with Zapier, all we need is your Skool community, a HighLevel account, and Zapier, right? How convenient. Let's jump into a Skool group and click in settings right here. Then we go to plugins right here. And what we need is to make sure we have membership questions on. If you're a paid community, then I'll show you how to do that. But if you're a free community, it has to be membership questions on. And you have those 3 questions, right? For mine is what's your favorite song? They have a text to input. Then is pick your favorite fruit and they have favorite fruit they want and then the email address, right? So what we want to do is to take not only their email address, is we want to store in our CRM their favorite food and their favorite song, right? So let's go back to plugins right here and make sure Zapier integration is on. So what you should do is just click on, click on the little I and then copy. If you need to generate a new API, do that, but you should see a long code right here. Okay, now let's jump into our HighLevel, right? Let's go to my HighLevel. Let's wait a second. What we need for that to happen basically for the first 2 questions is we need to create a field. So go right here to settings. We're going to custom fields. And what we need to do is we create a field. We'll click on add field. This should be a single line. Click on next. For the name, let's say favorite fruit, right, is the first question. Second question, doesn't matter. Fruit, and it should be contact, leave it as contact. Save. Let's add one more. It would be, again, single line. Next, the name would be favorite song. Again, contact, group, save. Okay, group, contact, right. Save. Cool. Now we're going back to Zapier, right? You can create your account. If you haven't created yet, you'll have 40-day trial, I think, 14. Then it's free and it just basically you're charged per users. If you have more than 100 members per month, then you'll have to pay. So that's the only difference. Also, the difference is the speed of it activating. So when the members join, if you're on the free plan, you'll have to wait between 1 to 15 minutes. On the paid plan, it's happening instantly or like after 1 minute. Anyway, so let's create the new Zap. Usually what I like, I'm clicking on the logo right here and I scroll down to all my Zaps. Can I create? No, where do I create it? Okay, right here. On the left, create Zaps, perfect. What we're looking for is, we're going right here. What we need is Skool as the trigger, right? When someone will be joining, we'll be moving them. So Skool. The trigger is answered membership question. Now that's for a free community. If you have a paid community, then you select this one. The rest is the same, you just don't have the questions. Cool. So we select right here for the account. What we need to do, I'll just create a new one since I want to show you exactly how to do that. You just connect a new one, and you are getting to this window. Now, what we need to do is we're back into our Skool group, and we're going to affiliates plugins, right? Go back to Zapier. We need Zapier, and right here you click on the code and you copy it. Now we're going back to this little window and we're pasting it. Now we need our URL, our Skool URL. So that's exactly what's in here. So for me, I'm copying this part without the / and pasting it in. Yes, continue. And it should connect. Perfect. That means we're connected. Let's check it out. Cool. We're in. Let's click and continue. And let's click and test. Trigger. Perfect. Skip test. Okay, let's test. I'm not sure what I clicked. Anyway, let's click and continue. And now what we're looking for is lead connector. Okay, the event would be add update contact, right? And the account, how do you connect it? You click and connect new account if you have none. And you click on yes, continue to lead connector. And it should ask you to log into your CRM. Select login. Then we have, it'll ask, cool, let's input everything in. And I select my account. Probably you'll have just one. Also, I want the verification, say on my phone, for 503. 503, perfect. Okay. Cool, now I'm inside my account. It should be connected. Let's check it out. And it is not yet connected. Not connected yet. We'll do that again. Sometimes we'll have to do this one more time. Then we'll just skip the login and it will throw us into this screen. That's what we were looking for. So we scroll down, we'll click in next, and then you're selecting your account basically. You have a few. So what we need is to find the one that you're using. Probably you'll have one. So select this one and we are good to go. Your main one, then once again next. Why did not allow me? Flows, let's do it again. Okay, seems like it did connect it. Perfect. Let's make sure it is. Yeah, probably that's this one. Let's click and continue, and right here, that's where all the magic happens. So we have the first name, and we click on the plus, and we select first name. There might be, you'll see a real contact in here. So for some reason right now, it just created a dummy account. So you see the answer for the first question is not what I asked. So if it's a John Doe account, then it is a dummy account. So if you have this one, okay, if you see your real answers and a real member that is inside your community, amazing, just keep doing that. Anyway, we have the first name, John, last name, Doe, full name, I'm skipping, phone number, I'm skipping, email address, that's what matters. We're clicking on the plus icon and we're selecting answer 3. Now that could be confusing. What's very important to keep in mind is the order of the questions, right? So the email question is the third question, meaning right here, it should be answer number 3, right? So that's important. If your email question is 1, then 1. Don't select this one because the John Doe is here. It just generated a random answer. So that's what we need. Answer the right answer, right? In the right order. Cool. Address, state, we don't care. We scroll down. What we're looking for is your favorite fruit. My fruit question is the second question. So that would be answer number 2. And the favorite song is answer 1. So I select answer 1. Cool. Now what we need, okay, something else. I skipped something. Let's see. Full name, phone number, mark as a lead. Let's mark it as a lead, doesn't matter. Let's set it as true. Cool. So right now we're testing the step. Since it's the John Doe, it will just move a John Doe to my CRM. If it's not, then it might have triggered an automation. Probably it shouldn't, because we're not adding any tag or nothing is really triggering. It's just creating the account. If you want to add him to a specific workflow, to your welcome flow, then right here, you're in the setup step, you just change to add to a workflow. That's the only change. And the rest is the same. Cool. So we have to click on test step. Fail to create. It's fine just since the John Doe email, but it should be really nice and good. So we click and continue, and the test and everything is good and connected. Let's make sure. Cool, everything is right. Answer 2, answer 1, mark as lead. Email, amazing. That's how we do that. That's how we connect. If you do want to connect, if you do use email marketing to your kind of stuff, feel free to check my community. I'll leave a link below. Basically, it's a group for school creators who are doing email marketing. And so if I go to the classroom, there are a bunch of cool resources. You can check them out, and I would love to see you there. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, so to connect your MailerLite with Skool through Zapier, you'll need a few things. First of all is obviously Zapier and Skool, right? You have to be on the pro plan, on Skool. The Zapier, you can use the free version. The only difference is the amount of zaps you get. So if you get more than 100 members into your group monthly, then you'll need to upgrade. If not, that's the only difference, except the speed of the zap activation. So if you're on a free plan, it will take between 1 to 15 minutes. On the paid plan, it will be always less than a minute. So that's the only two differences. So let's jump into it and kind of start what we do. First of all, let's jump into Skool, and I'll show you what's in there. So we're going to settings, we're clicking on plugins, and we are going to membership questions. Right, we have my first question: what's your favorite song, what's your favorite fruit, and your email address. So I don't only want to collect my email address, I also want to store in my CRM their favorite fruit and their favorite song. So I do that. I go to my MailerLite account. First of all, I go to subscribers right here, and I click on fields. Right on the field right here, I click on create field, and I call it favorite fruit. This should be text. Create, and we're creating another one. We'll create it. We'll call it favorite song. And again, text and create. Now we're set up. Now we're ready in MailerLite. So we move to Zapier and we start setting it up. First of all, let's go log into Zapier. Let's click on create. Let's click on zaps, and we're starting setting everything up. First would be Skool, right? So we don't click on the copilot, we click right here in the first trigger. We're looking for Skool, and the trigger event answered membership questions. It's for a free community. A new paid member is for a paid community. Now, it doesn't really work with tiers, so when someone will be upgrading, that won't change anything. So it's just on the opt-in stage. So either if your community is free/premium, then select this membership question. If it's a paid community, then new paid member. The rest is similar. The only difference is that on the paid version, you will not have questions. So you don't have questions, so you don't really have to worry about fields or anything else. Cool. So we select, let's say we're a free group because I'm using a free group. We'll click on answer membership question, answered, and on account, we click on select, and we want to create a new account. So how we do that is we connect the new account. Now we go back to our Skool, we can go back to plugins, we click on Zapier integration, make sure this is on. We click on the icon right here and we copy this. Now we're back to this one, paste in it, and now let's go back to the group, open our URL, and what we need to copy is your Skool group's URL. So it's the part that is after skool.com / without the /. So I copy the flows right here and I paste it right in. So yes, continue to Skool. I won't do that because I already have Skool connected so many times. So I will connect the previous one that I did, but it should just look like this. You click on continue. And right here we have test trigger, and skip test. Since no one joined my community in recently, then I have no answers found. Probably for you, you will see something and you will just click on a selected name right here. It will show like as answer A, answer B, something like this. Click on one and you click on test. Test trigger. Okay, there it is, right? There's the answer. Since it's nobody joined, it is a John Doe, right? So if in your case it's a John Doe too, there's something that you need to pay attention for, is that the answers are random. So if we go back to our Skool group, right, where are my questions? My email question is the third question. And right here, the email answer is on the second question. So that's something we should keep an eye open for, and we should select the right question, the right answer. Meaning for me, it would be answer number 3, even though the John Doe email is right here. So if you see the John Doe email, then pay attention. I'll show you how to do that. If you just see a real member, then no problem for you. Cool. Click on continue. And we're looking here for MailerLite. We want the MailerLite, not classic, the regular one. And right here, it would be action event. It would be create or update subscriber. The account, we click on select right here and we click on connect new account. It asks us, yes, continue to MailerLite, and it should be instant. You just select your account right here, authorize, and we're connected. Super easy. Click on continue, and right here, that's where all the magic and most of the confusion happens. So pay close attention. We have the email question. So let's click on the plus icon right here, and we need to pick the right answer. So if you're John Doe, pay attention to where your email question is. For me, it's the third question, so I'm going to select answer number 3. Now, do we need to resubscribe? Honestly, I don't care. I won't select I will not select anything. And what we do is we scroll down to, where's the name? Why there is no name? I want to take okay, there is the name. Sorry, I missed it. Cool. So we go to last name, click on the plus icon. We select last name right here, name, and we select the first name right here. Now, phone number, we skip Q1, doesn't care. Oh, we forgot to create the questions, right? Oh, no, there it is, favorite fruit and favorite song. So for me, the favorite fruit is answer number 2, and the favorite song is answer number 1. There we go. Also pay attention that it doesn't matter if you're using a text box right here, or you're using a multiple choice. It will take whatever they input here or whatever they pick there. So don't worry about it. Cool. Next, click and continue. We have everything and we click on test step. It'll show as failed because the email field is missing since we connected the wrong thing. But if you're using a real account, you won't have a problem. Since I'm using a John Doe, then you will see a problem, but it does work. Click on skip test. Click on publish, and then just double check, opt into your community with a different email address, with a different account, and just check it out. Cool. So after we did that, we're all connected, and every time someone will be joined to your community will be moved to your MailerLite through Zapier. Now, if you're planning on sending emails and doing all sort of kind of email stuff on Skool, check out my community. It's called Flows. I'll leave the description below. Basically, it's a community for Skool coaches who use email marketing. And In the classroom, I have a bunch of stuff to just help you write your emails to get that thing moving, and it has lots of cool stuff that I want to invite you and check out. Also, I help my members with all email related. Anyway, would love to see you there, and take care, and see you on the next video. Bye bye. Okay, so if you're using Kit and you need to connect your Skool through Zapier, this is the section for you. Anyway, let's jump straight into it, won't waste any second, and let's go. For you, Zapier, how it works. If you still don't have an account, then basically it's free. You'll create a new one, you'll get a 40 days free trial for the entire plan. After that, it costs money. But if you have less than 100 zaps, meaning less than 100 members joining your community every month, that you don't really have to pay. So the only difference is this. So you have less than 100 new members every month. And the second thing is that the speed between them joining the community and moving to your CRM or sending the email would be between 1 to 15 minutes. On the paid plan, it will be always less than a minute. So that's the only two difference. If you care about super speed, then use this, right? Meaning just upgrade. Or if you have more than 100 people joining every month, then you need to upgrade. Anyway, let's jump first of all into Skool, and I'll show you what's happening in there. So we're clicking on settings right here. We're going to plugins, and what we're looking for is first of all the membership questions. We have to understand it. The order matters a lot. So we have the favorite song, favorite fruit, and your email address. Now for Kit, for some reason, they're not allow you to take those two answers, right? It will allow you to move the email answer, but I'm not able to create a field inside your CRM to store those answers. So unfortunately, we'll have to skip that, and I won't talk about it. But yeah, I just couldn't figure a way to do that. Maybe it is possible. I don't think it is. Anyway, so we'll talk about the email address. Also, it's very important, the order right here. So let's just remember that is the third question. It matters, but for a later stage. Let's go to Zapier. Let's click on Create, click Zaps, and let's start creating the automation. So what here we need is we're looking for Skool. Then we need trigger event. The event would be answered membership questions is a free community, and new paid member is for a paid community. Now the difference is not big in terms of setting it up later. It's pretty much the same. For the paid member, you won't need to ask for an email address. For the free group, you do have to include the email question. So that's the only difference. Anyway, we're selecting this one since I have a free school, and I'll show you how it works. Also, if you're running a freemium, that's for freemium, and that's for paid. It won't work for upgrading. So if you're running a freemium and you want someone to upgrade and then like zap it, it's not working. So let's select this one. The account, let's click and connect new account. And now we need to go back to, let's go back to Skool, back to plugins. We need Zapier, and we click on the little, make sure it's on. Click on the icon, on the eye icon, copy, and back right here, paste it in, go back to Skool, and what we need is to open up our URL. So we need to copy the URL, the part that is past skool.com/flows, right? For me it's flows, for you to be something else. So just paste it in, / is outside, right? I'm not copying the /. Yes, continue to Skool. I won't do it. I have this account connected thousands of times, but it will just connect everything. So it will take you back to Skool. Then you just go back to Zapier and you select the account. It will automatically select it. You'll just look it as, it will just look like this. So click and continue and test trigger, and we're connected. Perfect. Test, skip, connect. Amazing. Now click on continue. Sorry, not continue. I'll show something I skipped. Right here, it'll show you a real person. So if you have someone joining recently to your group, you'll see it as answer A, answer B, answer C, something like this. If you haven't, then you'll see a John Doe. So the only difference is the John Doe account email is on answer 2. So it could be a bit confusing, so you'll need to pay attention. If you have a John Doe, pay closer attention. If you have a real member, then it's fine. Cool. So we click on continue right here, and what we're selecting is Kit. The action event for us would be add a tag to subscriber. Okay, so let's go quickly to Kit. Let's go to grow to subscribers, and what we need to do is to click right here on add tags on the plus icon right here, and we're creating a tag school member, right? And then we click on save. Now we'll go back, we click on continue, and this is the most, I mean, it's not the most complicated, it's most complicated on other platforms, and Kit is super straightforward. So right here we need the tag school member, we select this one, the email, we click on the plus icon, and we select the right answer. So if you have a real member, then it won't be a problem for you, but for John Doe, you need to pay attention to the order. So I've already talked about it, but I emphasize it because it's important. My email question is the third question, meaning I have to select right here answer number 2, even though the email is right here. So I click on answer 3 and I'm good. No data, it's all good. That's how it should look like. Again, if you're on a John Doe account. Plus for the first name, and we select the first name, that's not a problem, and we click on continue, and it's ready. That's it. Test step. And right now it fails because I didn't really took an email address since the John Doe thing. So don't worry, it works. Just click on skip test, and to double check, click on publish, and to double check, just join to your community with a different account and make sure everything works. And one last thing I want to show you is the school group. So if you're sending emails to members, if you're connecting them to send emails to your members, then check out the community. It's a group for school creators who are sending emails and mostly coaches. So if I go to the classroom, there are lots of stuff and just me helping you set up the welcome flow, write the welcome flow, and if you want to send more emails during like a newsletter and stuff, you can do this. If you have a list, then I show you exactly how to warm it up, how to send emails. Just check the group. Super interesting and full of school people that just email to their members. So check it out and would be awesome seeing you there. So thanks for watching the video and see ya there. Bye-bye. So if you have an ActiveCampaign, that's what you should do. First of all, log into your Zapier. If you have no Zapier account, make sure you just log in. First of all, if you haven't, then you'll get a 14-day free trial and then it will be free. When you pay is when you have more than 100 Zaps every month. Meaning if more than 100 people join your school community, then you'll have to upgrade. It just won't work after past 100. If you have less than 100, then you can keep it free. The only difference would be the interval of someone joining the group to the moment the email will be sent, or the Zap will be sent to, basically the contact will be sent to your ActiveCampaign. So if speed matters to you and you want an email to go out the second someone joins, then you can consider upgrading. But if the 15-minute interval is not really scaring you, then it's fine. So yeah, that's the only consideration. Cool. So first of all, what I'll want to do is to create a field, right? Since if I go to my school community, I click on settings right here, I go to plugins and I go to membership questions. I want those questions to be in my CRM, right? That's what's important. Email, email is obvious, right? But I do want to store their favorite fruit and their favorite song. So what I do is I go to my ActiveCampaign I click on contacts right here, and I go to fields. On fields, I'll create a new field. Let's wait it to, cool. Anyway, add field, and the field name would be favorite route, right? Let's keep it as general, right? General details and text input. Save. And let's create a new one. Let's call it favorite song. And save. Cool. Now we're good. Now let's go back to Skool real quick, and a disclaimer that it doesn't matter if it's a text box or a multiple choice, meaning either they inputting the answer or just picking something, it will always pick either what they chose or what they wrote. So you don't have to think about it. You're good regardless. Cool. So after all of those set up and cleared, let's jump into Zapier and create our Zap. So click on create right here, click on Zaps, and we see this window. Now we need this little box, right? So we click on that and we're looking for Skool. Click on Skool. The trigger would be answered membership questions is for a free community. So either you're running a free group or a freemium group, then that's the answer for you, or if you're having a paid group. Now, something that you have to know, it's not working for upgrading, meaning if someone joined for free and then upgrades, or even joined for paid and then upgraded, it won't change anything. So it's just for the initial opt-in. So if you have a free group, choose this one, or freemium, or if you have a paid group, choose this one. For me, it's a free one. I'll choose this. And on the account, I click on select right here, connect new account. And now let's go back to my Skool group. Let's click on back to plugins. And what we need is Zapier. Make sure this is on. Make sure you click on the icon and then you copy. Let's go back. Let's paste it in. And let's go back to the group again. What we need right now is to copy the URL. So it's the part that is past skool.com/. We need just this one without the /. So copy this one for you. For me it's flows, and continue to Skool. Cool. Means we're integrated. And let's go back to Zapier. Let's click and continue and test trigger. Right now, you'll either see no answer found, and then it will just be a John Doe and you'll skip a test. Sometimes you will see an answer, it would be like answer A, and it would be real members. Just pick one, it doesn't matter. Let's skip test. And okay, for me it was a John Doe for a second, probably you couldn't see, but there it is. So it's a John Doe. If you have members joining in recently, you'll see a real member. Use that, it will be way easier. If you're John Doe, pay attention because that might cause some problems. So pay attention, I'll cover it deep in a second. Click and continue. And what we need right here is ActiveCampaign. The action event right here would be at existing. No, we need not create account, create campaign, create. There it is, create or update contact. And now we click and continue. Now here's the most confusing part, so pay attention to this. List ID email address, that's what we need. We click on the plus icon right here and we select the right answer. Now, if you have someone real joining in, then you'll see the email address on the right question, then it's not a problem. If you're a John Doe, make sure that you select the right answer. So if I'm going back to it, the email address is the third question, so I'll select this one. So email address would be answer number 3, not where you see the John Doe. So if for you the email is the first question, then you pick the first question. If for you is the second question, then you select the second answer. For me it's the third, so I'm selecting the third, even though the John Doe email here. Cool. So I select answer number 3, first name. We click on the plus icon right here. We click on name on the first name. For the last name, we select the last name, and it's pretty straightforward from this moment. Now what we're looking for is for the favorite fruit and the favorite song. So once again, we click on the plus icon right here, and the fruit question is the second answer, right? So I select my answer number 2, and my favorite song is the first answer, so I select answer number 1. Also pay attention that you're not selecting question 1 and that you're selecting the answer 1, right? That's important. Click on continue, and now we have to test. We're clicking on test step and it will fail, right? Of course it will fail because I did not transform the right email address. Since it's a John Doe account and it shouldn't work, but it is connected. It is working right. So we'll click on skip test, we'll click on publish, and everything is working perfectly. Again, if you're seeing a real member, you won't see any issues. If you see a John Doe, there will be an issue, there might be an issue, and what you'll have to do is just test. Open up your Skool group, create another account, and just opt in your group to see if it works and you see the account created in ActiveCampaign. That's how we do it. It's pretty simple. And before I say goodbye, just wanted to let you know that if you're a Skool creator and you're building an email address and you plan on sending emails to your members, right? If you're connecting Zapier, probably you do, then check out my group. It's mostly for Skool creators who send emails to their members, for Skool coaches. So check it out. Super interesting, cool stuff. If I go to the classroom, it's a bunch of great stuff for basically sending emails. So if you plan on creating a welcome flow, there is this training. If you plan on just reviving your list or just using it, then there are a bunch of stuff that you can use and try how to build a community, meaning how to build a community from an existing list, the 12 playbooks of Alex Ramosi, and yeah, just a community of Skool creators who send emails to their members. So check it out. Would love to see you there, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.